Hi, everybody. It's Ron Hoon, inviting you to stick with us. We're a little less than 2 minutes away to Fox 10 Talks. And there are some new clues that are coming in on that Brown University shooting. Some new video has been released. Hopes are rising for a possible arrest in the case. We're going to bring all that to you. We also have the latest out of L.A. They're going to have the initial court appearance of Nick Reiner in the horrific case of the murder of his parents. So it's all coming up on Fox 10 Talks in about a minute. Stick with us. It's 10 o'clock, and this is Fox 10 Talks. There are some new clues, primarily video clues, as police hope they are closing in on a suspect in that mass shooting at Brown University, one of the most prestigious, one of the most expensive, one of the most frankly, for students, I think, desirable universities anywhere in the country, in beautiful Providence, Rhode Island. But boy, that community is shattered after the shooting. And we are going to show you some of that video coming up in the next few minutes. So hi, everybody. I'm Ron Hoon. Thank you for watching. If this is the first time, if you've just sort of stumbled across us, this is Fox 10 Talks, 2 hours of information and conversation, all having to do mostly with, the big stories of the morning, but also just the ones that are the most interesting. Coming up later this hour, we're going to be talking to a home buying expert who says you really need to there's a test you should run as to whether you should continue to rent or buy. We're going to find out what that's all about. We're also going to be talking to a jobs expert on how to nail that job interview if you're thinking 2026 is going to be the year for changes. All right, here we go. Trump's post about Rob Reiner has created a major controversy. Here are your options. You can grab this QR code. I'm going to roll out the poll question. We'll check in with Dave just a little bit later, but 45% outrageous, one of the worst things he's ever posted. 8% say, it's the timing of it all that's so bad. If you don't like him, wait a month and then post about it. 47% are saying, look, he has a right to say whatever he wants to say. So be sure I'll leave that QR code up for just a few more seconds. And if you would like to have your opinion, those numbers, even now as we speak, are moving around a little bit more. And you can tell us what you think about all that. So this new video coming in, the Attorney General, let me look over some of my notes here. The Attorney General there in Rhode Island says they are really starting to learn more now about the movements. You knew there had to be additional video. I think it was frustrating for everybody that all you saw for the first about 48 hours was that one video clip of a guy walking away from the camera. Where are more cameras? Well, they have found them. They have released them. Let's go right to it right now. This is the, quote, person of interest. So he's walking around kind of in that neighborhood. You can see him here. He's obviously kind of a heavy-set guy. One of the descriptions I saw was that it was more, he was of a stocky build. That is for sure. And there's one of the best cams yet. You see all these Ring video cams, and you just hope maybe they're of a high enough quality that they can zoom in. And even though the guy had a mask on his face, this is one of the things post-COVID that we're dealing with now. It's a little unusual in 2025 to still see people wearing a mask, but you do see it occasionally, and it may not raise any alarms. But there's still plenty more to get through regarding all of this, and here's some of what they were saying there in Providence over the course of the last 24 hours.
We're tracking down leads, canvassing neighborhoods, and developing intelligence. And right now, our evidence response teams remain on campus processing the scene. And folks from our lab, from Quantico, are documenting the trajectories of the bullets to reconstruct the scene. It's painstaking work.
I think that, all detectives throughout this nation and in the world understand that when you're investigating a case, it takes different paths. You start somewhere, you start here, and all of a sudden something else pops off and you're going in a different direction. And that's what happens. It's complex. And at the end of the day, you have to investigate, you have to pull every rock, you have to look at every video, you have to examine evidence, you have to check ballistics. It just takes a lot of work. You have to interview witnesses, and sometimes that takes you to a whole different path. And as a police officer and a detective, you have to make sure that you don't get into that tunnel vision in order to be able to get right answer. So yeah, they do change.
The way in which we are trying to reassure our residents is through a noted, visible police presence throughout the community. It is going to be hard for my city to feel safe going forward. This has shaken us. That will be true tomorrow. I suspect that'll be true the day after the general convicts someone. This is a process to restore a sense of safety. But we're going to take those step at a time. And the first step in what we're trying to provide today, and which we did well with the assistance of our neighbors, and we're grateful for it, is a noted, visible police presence to provide some confidence for families that are taking their kids to school, people who have to get to work a shift.
Okay, so you hear some of the comments one more time. For our audience, which is, Arizona-centric, but we do broadcast via YouTube all over the world. If you're anywhere on the in that New England area, if this rings any kind of a bell, they're just asking anybody who was in the area where that shooting happened there at the engineering building last Saturday afternoon around 4. 2 students killed, 9 others wounded. One of the 9, we've learned now, is in critical condition. Other new developments, a $50,000 reward for information, that's straight from the FBI, for information that leads to the arrest. And also Fox News Digital has been on this for the last couple of days. They observed a whole stream of FBI agents heading to a rear entrance of the Barris and Hawley Engineering Building there on campus. The Brown campus is just on the east side of the downtown of Providence, Rhode Island. The crime scene tape, they say, is still up. The display of bouquets and flowers of remembrance of the students whose lives were lost continues to grow in that area. So a lot of new developments, and again, with the release of that video, they are hopeful that we are, in fact, possibly, and with that $50,000 reward, a lot of the times in these shootings, they're just such lone wolf things, and they don't speak a lot ahead of time, although others will actually post ahead of time. So we'll see how it all unfolds. And then there's this story coming out of Australia. It is still just as horrifying as the first time we learned about it. The video showing people here, it's the beginning of Hanukkah, and shots ring out there on a famous beach in Australia, Bondi Beach. And the death toll now stands at 15. Many others injured, but they're feeling more confident now that the whole thing was inspired by ISIS or the Islamic State. The 50-year-old father was shot and killed by police. His 24-year-old son is still in the hospital. They found some IEDs and homemade ISIS flags in one of the vehicles. And originally the report was that the Philippines, that they had traveled to the Philippines, this father and son who committed this horrific act. It turns out there's some reporting now that they may have actually undergone training, terrorist-style training during their time in the Philippines. It wasn't just a short trip of a day or two. It sounds like they were up in that area for about about a month or so. So those are the new developments there. And in the meantime, because of that deadly attack, you hear from people across the world in the Jewish community saying, I am not going to be deterred. Hanukkah is such an important time of the year for me, my family, my friends. Local Jewish leaders are saying that Hanukkah is about not letting the light die out. And while their hearts are heavy with everything that all the news that's coming in from Australia, they say it's more important than ever to be out there and be public about their faith and their celebration of Hanukkah.
They're all our brothers and sisters, and we are definitely one big family, hurting.
Many people are really, they're hurt. I think it's important not just for the Jewish community, but for all people to really be proud of who you are, what you represent, not let hate take over your life and really make you afraid of coming out. And I do know some people that unfortunately were afraid to come out tonight.
There's a certain
by the way,
nervousness.
It is really important to spread the pride of being Jewish, especially now when there's so much darkness in the world. Whenever they try to push us down, we get right back up.
We're not going to let the light die out, and we're here to celebrate with hundreds of people who drove the streets tonight with our menorahs on our car.
And so there you hear some of the comments. You see the menorah that was lit at the Capitol, and it's just heartbreaking. I mean, the fact that people could be targeted for their beautiful religious beliefs is just, it's beyond all of us, that's for sure. By the way, Syleste joins this morning at 10 after. Syleste, I have to say that the interview that you guys, hold on, here we go. There we go. The interview you had with the rabbi yesterday, even though I was off, I was driving down a freeway in the Seattle area. Horrible traffic. Awful.
So you had a lot of time.
Yes, right. So I listened, and I just thought that was a beautiful interview from that rabbi who joined you yesterday.
I think it was, what an interesting perspective when he could have been angry and upset, and although he was, he turned it in a way that he made it into, let's use these events to bring light and to show the beauty that exists within our Jewish community and to extend the love and forgiveness. I thought that was a really interesting and an important way to react and to respond, you know?
I think that for people who do practice their faith, that it does, in all religious teachings, there's the concept of forgiveness. When we saw Erica Kirk, a week after the shooting, in front of an audience of millions, but in front of 80,000 people, at the football stadium, say, "That young man, I forgive him." I mean, that just, I was fighting back tears listening to what she was having to say there. But it's just a reminder that there is a component of forgiveness that comes in that is so hard at some of the hardest times to actually, follow your faith. Yeah. And that is exactly, I think, the message from that rabbi yesterday.
And you and I, Ron, have talked about this. I think the hardest thing in life, or one of the most challenging things, is when you feel wronged.
Yes.
And you feel compelled to forgive, but it's difficult to do so. And that is that shows a level of maturity, I think. That is the most difficult thing, I think, to do in life and in situations like this.
Really good point. Okay, so this is Fox 10 Talks. We are so glad you're joining us this morning. Hello to everybody in the chat. What's this? 10 likes so far. Let's get to 20. Big D is setting up he's setting up a large goal today,
Yes,
Syleste.
he is.
Yeah, like and subscribe. We always say
yes,
like
and we
subscribe.
so appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so look at that dealership. Somebody got out there with a Bobcat nice and early this morning, Syleste. There are still Lincoln Mercury vehicles for sale. Where is it? Mystery Cam, let us know. is a look at, Celeste, this could, hold on. Thank you. This, Celeste, is a look. I'm having a problem with my headphones, so I can't quite tell when we're on or when we're not. Anyway, I think they're working now. All right. Quarter after mystery cam time. What are some of the guesses, Celeste, that are pouring in on Fox 10 Talks?
So we have Linda Monterth, who says Minnesota. Patrick Myers. Patrick, are you new to the chat? If you are, welcome. Your name sounds like it could be new here. So he says Pennsylvania. Jay Fellis Flores, which it sounds like he's new. Jay Fellis.
Yeah. Hey, Jay.
Or Feliz Flores.
Okay.
He says, let's go. 20 likes so far. Darla
he must be down in Louisiana. Look at that.
Maybe.
Let's go. Geaux.
Thank you for the hearts, everyone. You guys have hearts rolling. Darla Nicole says, Donovan says Michigan. She says New Jersey. Ron Hoon, what are you saying?
Well, I'm looking at it. There's a couple of business opportunities that have already been spoken for. You've got the guy with the Lincoln dealership on the one side and a Domino's on the other side. Those are two almost guaranteed moneymakers, Celeste. A Domino's pizza place and a Lincoln car dealership. So good for both of those people, whoever they are. I think that, you've got a town that's not large, but it's big enough for both of those two. And I'm just looking at the traffic. I think, Celeste, I think I'm going to go Minnesota.
Okay, you're going to go Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a Michigan.
Hold on one moment. I'm going to, well, it's so
snowy
and flat. I think maybe I'm going to go for more like an Iowa. So Michigan and Iowa are our two guesses.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here she is. Oh, well, there you go.
There we go.
You know what we call this one, Celeste? This is a 1.5 shot. It's all of you and half of me.
It's a 1.5.
Yeah.
Greenville, Ohio.
Oh, well, there you go.
Greenville,
Okay,
Ohio.
That's very nice. That's for sure.
I don't know if anybody got it this morning, but you're all winners.
That's correct. Good.
Everybody gets a trophy. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car.
Good. Okay. So anyway, thank you for starting your day with us here on Fox 10 Talks. If you haven't, be sure to say hi. And sure enough, Jay Feliz Flores says, yes, I'm from Louisiana. You guys notice. This is great. Are you brand new to either watching the show? And do you want us to call you Jay or Feliz or Mr. Flores?
Or just...
Or
Jay Feliz Flores.
Or 4686.
Oh, I wonder if those are the last four of his social.
That seems like tricky. Very tricky.
Obvious.
Yeah. Hey, just so you know, we are standing by. We believe we're going to get a report coming out of L.A. in the next minute or two from our sister station over there. They are in the process of getting ready for. Keep in mind, it's 9 in the morning there, 9:18, 10 here in Arizona, but they are in the process of preparing for the initial court appearance. This would be the arraignment on charges, Celeste, for this just horrific case involving Rob Reiner and his wife and the son standing accused of murder. Just unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. I think also, Ron, what makes this story even more disturbing is that, according to some of the reports that have surfaced, the young man, their son Nick, had been battling addiction for many years, since he was about 15 years old, in and out of rehab. And he and his dad had actually created a documentary or a film together. And I think the difficult thing is that the parents have said we're having a difficult time with him. How many parents out there, have difficulty with their children, unfortunately, with the opioid or fentanyl crisis or things like that, when they're struggling with them being addicted to drugs or alcohol or any type of substance abuse or,
Sounds like everybody who knew them knew about this.
They were very open about it.
And the problems and why, how, every parent has to deal with it in different ways. There are obviously resources you can tap into. I'm sure they probably tried everything they could think of.
Yes. And the daughter, the 28-year-old daughter, is who apparently, according to the authorities, found the parents.
Yeah.
You know, and she actually mentioned, this is according to TMZ this morning, we spoke with Jackson Bu High there. He said, according to the authorities, when she found them and she called 911, and I believe the authorities said, do you have anybody who you would think we should be looking for, speaking with about this case? She said at the top of the list, it should be my brother.
Yeah.
And I think it's just heartbreaking when you see something like this happen within a family. Oftentimes we know it may exist in society, but you don't always see it on in a public display.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. We continue to follow the court case, and there, by the way, is a family photo, and this was at an appearance not all that long ago. But there's just been a lot of talk, and as soon as we get that live shot out of L.A., you guys just let me know. But it's this post from the president. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump Derangement Syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. So then we go to the poll question, and you can see how people feel about this. We're seeing a pretty even split, at least on the QR code. You can grab that QR code right now if you'd like to participate. 44% are saying it's outrageous. It's one of the worst things he's ever posted. 5% say it's the timing of it all that's so bad. You don't like him, wait a month, then talk about it. I mean, he was just killed over the weekend. And then 51% are saying he has a right to say whatever he wants. Celeste, what are you seeing on YouTube?
Yeah, let's go to YouTube. Oftentimes, the audience on YouTube votes a little bit different. So 967 votes at this hour, just refreshed 41 minutes ago. This was posted. 63% say outrageous, one of the worst things he's ever posted. 28% says he has a right to say whatever he wants.
All right, we are going to take you straight to L.A. right now. Our Mario Ramirez with Fox 11 is reporting there on what's expected to be a major day in court. Mario, what do you know?
Yeah, Ron and Celeste, this has been quickly becoming one of the most shocking Hollywood cases in recent memory. We've been talking about the deaths of Rob Reiner, the Hollywood legend, director, and his wife Michelle, murdered in their Brentwood home. And now their 32-year-old son has been taken into custody. He's expected to be officially charged today, and we say he could appear in court because that part is not exactly clear yet. But take a look. We have a family photo here where you can see Nick is pictured. The 32-year-old is the youngest son of Rob Reiner, and he is in custody as authorities take the next step in this case that has shocked Hollywood and the community here. The 32-year-old arrested Sunday night on suspicion of fatally stabbing his father, 78-year-old Rob Reiner, and his mother, 68-year-old Michelle Singer Reiner. And today, the LA County DA's office is reviewing the case. They'll decide whether to formally file charges and what those charges will look like. There were some gruesome details here. The couple found inside their Brentwood home Sunday afternoon, discovered by their daughter Rami, who called 911. Investigators say Nick wasn't at the home when officers responded, but they feel that he left. They believe he left sometime after the attacks, and detectives have been piecing together a timeline, including a heated argument between Nick and his father at a holiday party the night before. And we've also been learning that hours later, he checked into a Santa Monica hotel around 4 a.m. and he used his credit card before he was eventually taken into custody late Sunday night. So again, here we are outside the courthouse. We're waiting to hear on exactly what those charges look like for the couple's 32-year-old son as this high-profile case continues. For now, live in downtown Los Angeles, I'm Mario Ramirez. Ron and Celeste, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thanks very much, and we will see. Highly anticipated today in court. We appreciate your time. By the way, Celeste, as we continue on here, there's one other story we should get to before we get to the break, which is the Pentagon is moving forward on its review of Senator Mark Kelly. Of course, the video, you are no doubt familiar with that video. The senator has spoken. By the way, he also spoke this morning because he was in a meeting with Pete Hegseth, who's deciding his fate after that controversial video. So that you're going to hear a little bit about what he had to say. And he's also really, frankly, really upset that the Pentagon is investigating as deeply as they are.
Now they are threatening everything I fought for and served for over 25 years in the U.S. Navy, all because I repeated something every service member is taught. It should send a shiver down the spine of every patriotic American that this President and Secretary of Defense would so corruptly abuse their power to come after me or anyone this way.
It was something that Pete Hegseth said in 2016 multiple times. And in his case, specifically about this president and his concerns. They don't want other people saying these kind of things. So they're trying to shut people up. But in this case, they picked the wrong guy, because I'm not going to shut up about this. I'm going to continue to do my job. I'm going to stick up for our Constitution. I mean, I think Pete Hegseth is a guy goes to work every day to try to figure out how does he please the president. That's a recipe for some major problems.
Okay, so really interesting. That's the newest info, and that just came in about 90 minutes ago from Senator Kelly, which I would say, Celeste, he's probably the most in the spotlight senator of all 100 as this controversy continues to unfold.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, we had, I've mentioned this before, but Josh, one of our attorneys here, our legal eagle here on FTT Fox 10 Talks, we've had him in, and he said that there's some serious concerns here when it comes to being court-martialed with Mark Kelly, Senator Mark Kelly, because he did serve many years in the Navy, and there are some things that, according to law anyways, when you serve that many years in the military, you're just not supposed to do. Maybe there could have been a different way to go about it, to voice, because of course you have a First Amendment right, freedom of speech. Maybe there's a different way to go about it. But, our attorney questions whether or not he could face charges.
We got to get Josh in here and see if he's updated his opinions on all of that.
Yeah, we should have him in again.
Yeah, he was pretty outspoken about it first time around, that's for sure. Okay, this is Fox 10 Talks. It's Ron and Celeste. Look at that beautiful lake.
It's gorgeous.
It is. I got a feeling that's up in Canada there. Beautiful British Columbia is what I'm thinking. Anyway, thanks for hanging with us. We're back after 2 minutes. All right, everybody, welcome back. Anyhow, yeah, we got great cameras. I grew up, as I have mentioned before, Celeste, up there in northern Washington State, right up against the Canadian border. Yeah. Pretty sure that's the pretty little town of Kelowna. It might be Penticton, but one of those. Not a lot of snow, it looks like.
No.
It's weird because they have this atmospheric river that has caused rivers to flood up in Washington, but it's just wherever the, wherever the system parks. And it hasn't been in British Columbia, Canada. Yeah. It's been more right across the state of Washington into Idaho and Montana.
Yeah, if you've ever been north of Seattle, there's like lots of farms, strawberry farms, and all kinds of really cool areas up that way. That's where all the flooding has taken place.
Yeah,
it's a
really
beautiful part of Washington.
Well, it's interesting. I did want to speak about all of that here for just a moment. I'll tie that in about 60 seconds. But Celeste.
Yes.
So Gen Z, those are teens and people almost up to age 30. Just about everybody in their 20s says, you know what, for Christmas, we're spending less and we want to spend more time with our loved ones. They're going to prioritize quality time and would rather do that than go out there and spend a bunch of money on stuff that people maybe do or don't even want or need.
I think it's a great deal. So Gen Z are people who were born between 97 and 2012. Their ages are 13 to 28. This is where my kids sit. And so I'm just going to go, okay, great, no gifts. But I will say that our oldest daughter, she's 18. Yeah. One of her things this year was for my birthday, she got me tickets to the Phoenix Symphony. They had this holiday concert.
Yeah.
And she has really kind of immersed herself into, like, let's just go experience things. Like, my kids just wanted to go to Phoenix Zoo Lights. Yeah. And just to walk around. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's like when you were 5.
That's
but,
so cool.
In their preteens, they're like, But now they're back to that point where it's all about experiences and spending time with others.
And so here's what can happen if you do spend time together. I have a couple of photos I am going to share with you, Celeste.
Oh,
so Renee and I, just this last weekend, we went back to the Northwest where we were originally from, where I proposed. It was our 46th wedding anniversary, and we popped in to visit my Aunt Jessie right in front of the Christmas tree there in her senior living complex. And it was so great. But here's what's so great about spending more time over the holidays with loved ones. She told me stories, Celeste, that I never knew. My parents have passed away, but she told me stories that if she hadn't, I would have never known. For example, she said that they had a deal worked out where when she was going into labor with her firstborn, who is my cousin Laurie.
Yes. Good morning, Laurie.
That she was going to call my mom. And they would be all set and ready to go to help, with getting her to the hospital, or maybe it was for baby number 2, which is Chris.
Yes.
And maybe they were going to watch baby number 1. I'm trying to remember already the details. But she said she didn't answer the phone. And I feel like I'm going into labor, and it had to be baby number 2 because we had to have somebody watch our newborn. And so you know what they did? They drove over to our house and started banging on the windows.
Oh, my goodness.
On their way to the little hospital in Omak, Washington. And I'm like, that's the most amazing story. I'm surprised. My bedroom was right next door. I'm surprised I didn't hear you guys pounding on the window.
So amazing.
So here's where it really turned into something unexpected. Which was you start talking, you start visiting, and check this out. She had a picture. I'm going to punch up graphics.
Oh, wow.
3.
Look at that.
That is my grandma as a teenager that I had never seen that photo before.
Beautiful, Ron.
I mean, she might be late teen, maybe 20-ish there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my grandma Bam. We called her Doris.
Wow.
I had never seen that photo before. You start to visit like that. And then, Celeste, look at this. She starts going through old pictures on her computer.
Yeah.
I'm going to punch up graphics 4 now. Celeste. That's my mom, my dad, and me in front of the fireplace at my aunt and uncle's place. And I don't know what I'm looking at there as like a 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, but something has mom's attention. I've never seen that photo in my life.
That's amazing.
Until this last Saturday.
Wow.
This is what you can find if you get together and spend more family time.
So true. And I think that what else you can find is that fireplace is way more hip than you had originally actually could remember.
For sure.
Okay, so my husband, as you know, is from up there. Ron, what city was this photo taken in?
Okay, that's in the tiny little town of Oroville, Washington. Now, that's more in eastern Washington, north of Wenatchee.
In the summertime, Gary would go up to the Puget Sound. They had a house on the Sound, and we were back there a few years back at that house out front, and his grandma would shuck oysters and clams out of the Sound when the tide was low.
Yeah, sure.
And we peered into the windows of the house because his mother had sold it, and it was just sitting there for years.
Yeah.
That was the same fireplace that was in that home.
That was the look in the 60s.
That was the look back then.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's still alive today. Like you can walk through houses and find that mid-modern, look. But what a special time you had with your family.
Yeah, it was. She is just the sweetest lady, and I don't know. You get a chance to visit, and you're grateful for. Okay, hold on here. I'm going to punch up that other graphic.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to graphics 2. My aunt there, but just all the stories, the pictures that you never saw before in your life. I'm telling you, if you have a grandma and grandpa still around in your life, or an aunt and an uncle, something like that, get to visiting. You don't know over the course of an hour or two the stories that are going to come out that otherwise will be lost.
And the pictures that they'll share. So amazing.
Okay, we have a treat for you now. We are going to be bringing in from Bankrate. It's Linda Bell. Now, look, 2026, there are a lot of high hopes for interest rates finally maybe coming down, mortgage rates. We'll see what happens there. But it's a situation, Linda, who joins us now. Let me just pop her up right there. Where, prices are so high for homes.
Yeah.
Mortgage rates are still pretty darn high. What are some tips that you can offer that offer a little bit of help and hope?
Well, I would say definitely before you buy a home, it's important to crunch the numbers, right? We came up with a study that shows that the typical percentage was that you shouldn't spend more than 30% of your income on housing. But we show by our data that the typical household is spending about 43% of its income. So it really depends on your personal situation. When you talk about Phoenix, for example, people are spending about 38% of their income on housing. But it really depends on how much money you're bringing in and if you can afford it. We don't want you to end up house poor.
Yeah, well, that's good. Now, is Phoenix kind of in the middle of the pack? Or are we doing a little better or a little worse than the average?
Actually, you're doing better because 30% is the common number, the common percentage they say you should spend on housing. And you're at a little bit more than that, 38%, which is good. We had places like Detroit, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis that were actually below that threshold. But compare that to areas, coastal areas like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and New York. They spend about 2/3 of their income on housing.
That's
and
crazy.
They're really pushing the envelope.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
and I had a girlfriend who moved to New York, and she had to pay to park. It was like on top of everything else. Like it's so, and you bring up a good point. I think is that it depends on the city. What about renting versus buying? Is there like a test or a thought process we should think about?
Yeah, that is the age-old question. Should I buy or should I rent? Again, it really depends on your personal situation, right? With buying a home, you certainly can build equity, pass on generational wealth. There are pluses to that, but there's also costs with homeownership. It's not just that mortgage. You're paying for homeowners insurance. You're paying for HOA fees if you live in an HOA facility. But rent, as we know, that has been climbing up as well across the country. So it's really important to just take out the old pen and pad, do it old school, and crunch the numbers that way and see which one makes better sense for you. So take your income, take the expenses that you have, and see what you have left. Are you comfortable with that? Does that allow you to save for retirement, save for emergencies? You really want to make sure that you don't end up stretching your budget too thin.
Good point.
It really is mind-boggling that over there in California, you got to spend, 65% of everything just on renting or being in a house.
Yeah. And, I think you don't think about the cost of home ownership too, right? Property taxes. I have a family member who lives in San Jose. She said her property taxes over a year are $60,000.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people kind of think of their mortgage and say, oh, I have a 30-year fixed mortgage. That's going to stay the same. While the mortgage itself will stay the same, it's those other things that are going up, like homeowners insurance with the increase of severe weather events across the country. Taxes, property taxes are rising as the cost of homes rises as well. And then HOA fees, I'm not even going to get into that. Those have been rising as well. So you really kind of have to prepare yourself before you get into homeownership.
Yeah, the thing about renting is, there's the old adage, you're throwing your money away because it's helping whoever owns that apartment building get wealthier instead of you. You want to get into a house and build some equity. But is there kind of a guide in terms of a timeline? For example, you move into a house, your mortgage payment is a couple $100, $300 more than what you would pay in rent. But over time, you're going to build equity.
Yeah, but really, you should look at your residual income. That's what I advise people, right? So you take your income, you subtract it by your mandatory expenses. I'm not talking about that extra trip that you want to take to Bali or go to France and what have you.
That's not mandatory?
Kind of do the basics and see what you can afford, and then say, okay, I can take this number and I can afford it, and I could afford it whether you're buying a home or you're renting. And it's really important to kind of gauge that, because I've written so many stories and spoke to so many homeowners who end up house poor that they're barely making ends meet, and we don't want that.
No, you want to be able to live.
Well,
Yes.
And there's a lot of speculation, but interest rates they think could come down next year. I mean, the Fed might cut. I saw a forecast yesterday. They might cut three times this next year. That'd be 75 basis points. We got to get those mortgage rates down a little bit lower, and maybe that'll help, with the equation.
Yeah, definitely. Mortgage rates have been stubborn. They haven't been fallen to the levels that we saw during the pandemic. There are many homeowners out there that have 2%, 3%, 4%, even 5% mortgage rates out there, and they're kind of holding on to their homes, right? So they don't want to sell because home prices are high. And they say, you know what, let me stay put. So that's affecting inventory, which is affecting this whole housing situation that we're having right now. So there's a lot of things that need to open up in order to improve homeownership for people. Inventory, mortgage rates, and these high home prices.
All right, Linda.
Let's hope that can happen. Or you can live on a boat like this.
Yes, right, just like that. Linda Bell, always really good advice for us from Bankrate. Thank you. We hope for a better housing situation. Yeah, exactly. Maybe go live on a boat.
Oh, some people love that boat life. All right, we'll be right back. Ron, are you ready?
Oh, yes. Oh, very ready, Celeste. Yeah, whoever has that set up in that marina is doing pretty well. I believe that's down there on the Gulf Coast. So, the Dave fan club, I think Celeste might be a little frustrated if we don't get to him at some point here. Here's Dave on the Dave Cam. Our poll question, by the way, and you can grab that QR code. What do you think about the president's post creating real controversy with what he had to say about Rob Reiner? And you can grab that QR code. I'm sure we're well over 1,000 votes on YouTube right now. Dave, what are you seeing for comments?
That's right. We've got 1,400 votes on YouTube. Jeffrey Beard in Buckeye says President Trump is an American citizen. He should be allowed the same free speech as the rest of us. DD1263 says, Mom always says if you do not have anything nice to say, say nothing. I have absolutely nothing nice to say. Plus, if I say what I want to, my comment will be taken down due to the large number of expletives. Happy holidays, folks.
Who's that, Dave? Who's
That's
that?
funny.
DD1263.
All right, DD.
We appreciate your honesty, actually. We welcome more honesty.
Definitely. Be honest here. And then the last one, Rebecca Cowling, 446, says, could you imagine Reagan, either of the Bushes, Obama, or any president in recent history saying something like that about anyone, much less a murder victim? The president should lead with dignity and diplomacy, regardless of their personal feelings. Really good, honest feedback here. We love hearing from you guys. Keep it up.
Okay, so at 10:46, we are going to now bring in Rachel Zaslansky Shear. By the way, Celeste, that's an update on the last name.
Congratulations are in order, we hear.
You just married recently. Congrats, Rachel.
Not recently, but yes, I am married. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, we love the fact that you are still married.
Yeah, you better tell the people.
Almost 20 years.
Oh, really?
Wow, me too.
Oh,
yes.
good.
What was your date?
Oh, good.
When did you get married?
So I got married in 2007.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, how did he pop the question? Come on, let's have the deets.
We had a romantic night at the Bel Air Hotel, actually, here in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing. That's a high dollar spot.
Yeah, he did.
There you go. That's so great.
It was a pretty woman moment, I'll say.
Oh, so great.
I think you guys are going to really enjoy this interview. A lot of people are thinking new year, new job.
Yeah.
A lot of we've reported 1.2 million people in the tech world have suffered through layoffs this year. A lot of people are thinking about jobs. And when Rachel talks to us about how to crush your job search, that's the grabber of the headline, Rachel. So how do you do that?
Yeah, it's really important right now, especially with everything going on in the world. It's a hard time to find a job, which is kind of why we wrote this book. We're bringing it back to the basics, sort of how to get a job 101, right? Because with all the noise, with social media, with LinkedIn, it's like people are getting lost and we have to bring it back to the basics. So how to crush your job search. Yeah, it's polishing your materials. It's making sure you have a narrative that's clear and consistent between social media, between your resume, between your LinkedIn, your cover letter. It all has to tell the same story. You want to be really clear and sort of connect the dots for the people that are looking to hire.
A lot of times we hear, hey, use AI for your resume. How do we balance being authentic, right? Because you're going to end up either going into for the interview or doing it on Zoom. How do we balance being authentic and using AI at the same time?
Yeah, look, over the last year, AI has exploded. We all use it. I would say 99% of people who are job hunting are using it in some capacity, which is great. It helps you, do your cover letter and make sure the job description that you're reading really reflects your resume. There's so many benefits, but what I think is so important is you're not going to bring AI with you into the interview. It could help you with interview prep, which we love, mock interviews, things like that. But what you have to remember is your chemistry and connecting with the person that you're interviewing with is like the most important thing. You want them to like you. So remember, use AI to set you up, polish your tools, get you ready for the interview. But once you go in that door, it's all you. You have to rely on your human instincts and connection with people. And Furthermore, you can't bring AI into the job to do it for you. So you have to really connect on a human level. And that is so important today.
Let me get
not to lose that.
Yeah, let me get your opinion on a couple of things here. When my kids were younger, I gave them a piece of advice. It wasn't original to me, I think. I'm trying to think, probably from my mom. But it was this. And do you think this goes too far, or does this really nail it? Every time you go in a job interview, you write a thank you note afterwards, an actual handwritten thank you note, and send it. Does that go too far, or does that really hit the mark?
Look, a handwritten thank you note is chef's kiss. Best thing you can do because it humanizes you. Today, in the world where things are moving so fast, it is appropriate to send a follow-up email, a thank you note, a really thoughtful thank you note, not written by AI, mind you. You want to have that human connection. You want to talk about something you spoke about in the interview. But I love when a candidate follows up with a handwritten thank you note. It's not happening as often as it used to, but to follow up that extra step, I think is perfect. Your mom knew what she was talking about.
So, Rachel, not only are you an expert, obviously, in getting us ready for that big job interview, but I do have to ask you as we wrap up, what is the secret to a long marriage since you've been married for 20 years?
Oh, interesting. So I would say the same thing that is the secret to a longevity in a role, and it's communication. I think that is the most important thing. Honesty, obviously, but communication, making sure those lines of communication are open on both ends. You know, there's going to be bumps in the road in a relationship, and with a boss, it's the same thing. It's people, it's relationships, and talking through things and keeping that line open is the key to any successful long-term relationship.
Wow, really I feel so empowered after chatting with Rachel.
Yes, for sure. By the way, the book, you're going to want to check it out, is Straight from the Grapevine, How to Crush Your Job Search. Rachel, thank you.
Right.
Rachel, next time you're in Phoenix, we want to see you here in the streaming studio.
There you go.
I have a trip planned. My best friend lives there, so I'll be there. I'll take you up on that.
We'll be in touch.
Okay, love it.
Thank you, guys.
Merry
Thanks so
Christmas.
much.
Hey, by the way, guess what? Finally, Bella joins.
Hi,
I mean,
we missed you.
Yeah,
I missed
we're
you
like,
guys.
where's Dave? Where's Bella? Now we're all put together.
Yay.
So, you guys, this Martha Stewart trend, Bella, I want to get your opinion on this. Celeste does too. So there's a new controversy, and I can't even believe it is a controversy, but whatever. The way she eats her bagel, she breaks it up, and she's apparently been talking about this, into tiny pieces, puts a little bit of cream cheese on top. Her daughter taught her the method years ago, and so she posted about it, and one user commented, quote, "This is unhinged."
Oh.
Martha, unhinged. Unhinged is a good word for a lot of things, but how you chop your bagel up, I don't think is one of them. What do you think? I mean,
so she cuts it into little pieces with her hands.
Yeah.
And then
dips it in the cream
takes,
cheese.
Yeah,
that kind of
takes
makes
the little
sense.
pieces. I think so.
I just wonder, though, different people. I noticed the other day, Renee and I had both ordered the same food item.
Okay.
Okay, and it was a salmon salad, sort of.
Ooh, that
but the
sounds
salmon was served separately from the salad.
Okay.
And I noticed as I was done, I ate the whole salmon first, and then I dug into the salad. And I looked over at Renee, and she's like, she chopped up the salmon and put it in the salad.
Everybody eats things differently. And I think it depends. Like the video we just saw with the, if you put lox on your bagel, then you're going to probably want to eat it like just cut in half.
Well, after I was done eating my salmon, and before I started on the salad, I thought, am I unhinged?
No. I think eating a protein separate from a salad is no big deal, but the way Martha's eating a bagel,
You're
I would
not
say
on
it's
board?
unhinged.
You are? Is it? Oh, it is unhinged?
Well, the first thing I thought of is it's messy.
Yes.
Like you're dipping into cream cheese, you're getting the cream cheese on your fingernails. It's not like you're taking a tortilla chip and dipping it into salsa, because a tortilla chip is a lot more durable. A bagel's, it's like bread.
It does make it a little.
Sounds messy.
It does make it a little bit more messy. I see where you're. I wonder if you eat less of it because you're having to work harder at it.
Seems like, it's more of a process.
I will say when I eat a bagel, I actually will take a knife and I'll spoon a little bit of cream cheese and put more cream cheese because I want more cream cheese than actually is on there.
Yeah.
So maybe that gives her an ability to kind of have more of whatever she wants.
To each their own.
To each their own, says Bella. What about this, you guys? What about In-N-Out? Which are the three options? Go into the restaurant and eat it. Sit in your car in the parking lot with a lap mat and enjoy it while it's fresh and hot, or take it out and take it home.
Bells, you first.
It depends on the occasion because I do all three. I rotate. I feel like how I see how I'm feeling like at the time. And I'm like, you know what? I want to go inside. Or maybe it's after a long day and I don't want to sit inside and wait and it's loud in there and I just want to eat it in my car.
Yeah.
Ron, you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a car sitter. Definitely. Well, the thing is, I have so many football podcasts I need to listen to. I have like 3 hours a day worth of football podcasts.
We could talk about Phillip Rivers being 44 and hitting the field again.
Oh, my gosh.
Ron and I were talking.
Thank you, Grandpa Rivers. 10 children?
Oh, my
I didn't know they had
and
10 kids.
Child.
Yeah.
Speaking of them, if it was a podcast on Phillip Rivers, I'd be hanging out inside the car all day long. I will say, though, that I love those little peppers that they serve. And sometimes when you eat it, they squirt out the pepper juice.
Who has the peppers?
In-N-Out, right next to the ketchup.
Really?
And so I don't want that
banana peppers.
Yeah, the little banana hot peppers.
Oh, I got to start doing that.
And so, but then it squirts. I don't want it all over my car.
So do you put the banana peppers, do you add them to the burger?
I eat them just with my hand like that, like the little handle on the end of the pepper.
See.
So if I'm feeling like a pepper, I'll go inside. But if I'm on the run or if I'm so tired from work and everything else, I'll just consume in the car.
I know. Plus, especially if you get the fries, that extra 10 minutes or 15 minutes to get back to the house.
Yeah.
They're cold by then.
They're cold.
You got to have the fries hot from In-N-Out.
Or animal. If you're doing animal fries, it's almost like you have to go in. It's just so messy.
Yeah.
You've had animal fries.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm super protein oriented.
Yeah.
Big D, Dave, we got to make a note on that to try to get an interview with Phillip Rivers.
Yes.
Celeste, I think you're right on. For those of you, what's that, Dave?
I said too easy.
Yeah, man.
Phillip will be on in 5 minutes. We're set.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if you look through our emails. He's been asking probably to come on Fox.
Yeah, and he's actually, and you know what he said? He said, just call me Phil.
There you go. Anyway, 44 years old. You know, he looked like he'd added a few LBs since, 4 years ago since he played the game.
He looks so comfortable, though, like on the sideline, totally fired up and just like, he's a grandpa. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
It's so great. Great story.
I hope he plays to the end of the year.
And you know, I think I was watching the Miami game last night with my husband and Kai, our son. And I think there's another guy, tight end, Waller, I think was his name. Yeah. He came back from retirement. I think it's kind of the thing to do.
We're all for the old men playing football as long as they can. Tom Brady cleared the way.
Old guys rule.
Woo! Here we go. Anita is next with Ty.
know. It happens too quick. We need a longer commercial break. Maybe 2.5 minutes.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, well, good morning, everybody.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
The most productive day of the week.
And don't get me started.
I know. I won't.
Tuesday's not my
One
favorite.
of these Tuesdays, we're going to have an entire show based on Tuesdays.
My hatred of Tuesdays?
Well, I don't love it either.
Okay. But we have some
I'll
fun.
be honest.
We have some very fun guests.
We do.
This morning.
We do.
So we're going to get right into it. Our first guest joining us here on set this morning. This is Daniela Thorne. Good morning, Daniela.
Hi, Daniela.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Let's jumping right into it. Kind of give yourself a little introduction here about your life, because I was just reading your bio. Very incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up as a ballerina. I've been dancing my entire life. So I was born and raised in San Francisco. And when I was 15, I went to School of the Arts in North Carolina. And I studied ballet there at the art school in Winston-Salem. And I lived and trained there for 2 years. And I was fortunate enough to go to Switzerland and travel abroad and compete while I was at the school. And then from there, I got a contract to dance with Dutch National Ballet and perform with their junior company.
Wow.
And then I went to Zurich, Ballet Zurich.
My goodness.
And Staatsballett Berlin.
What started your love of dancing?
Well, my mom actually, who's here today.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out to Mom. She danced when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was living in San Francisco, she would bring me to the ballet and we would go together every year to see the Nutcracker.
Mm-hmm.
And she was kind of the one who introduced that love for sure. Yeah.
We're looking at some video that you sent in of you just kind of preparing. While you were doing all of this, though, what I think is most remarkable is that you were going to school at the same time.
The entire time.
With some online courses from Arizona State, correct?
Exactly.
That is unbelievable. So how did you balance? I mean, I can't even imagine the, I guess, physical demands.
Yeah, balancing on your toes
like that. Of
yeah.
course. But being able to do all this, obviously that takes a ton of effort, time, and practice. But at the same time, you're also doing online schoolwork.
Correct.
How did you balance all of that?
You know what?
She was like, I don't know.
I don't really know. It was all a blur.
That's true. It could be difficult at times, but I think I always had that compass in me, and my parents also instilled in me from a very young age that education is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And I also felt it for myself. I felt as though I danced better, I communicated better when I was staying informed and staying on top of my schoolwork. And so it really acted as a guide for me throughout my career. And practice makes perfect. You understand how to manage your time and kind of prioritize what is most important to you in your life, and education was one of those things.
Oftentimes when the people are able to accomplish so much at a younger age professionally, that is when they would say maybe we don't need that education right now, because I'm already doing what I want to do. Why was that? I mean, I know your parents instilled it in you, but you know, what does the future hold that you looked at it and said, I want this degree?
Definitely. I mean, a ballerina's career is unfortunately so short. Like any professional athlete, a lot of dancers retire when they're like mid-30s, early 40s. And I have so many interests. And I don't think that the world, although ballet is my world, that's not all there is. And I think having a proper education like the one I received from ASU really does open your eyes to so much more that's out there. So
I'm just like, I cannot stop watching these videos of you up on screen. I always think that like we've talked to other dancers before, and I've done interviews like at Ballet Arizona and things like that. And I always say, you guys make it look so effortless. But soon as like the camera goes down, you can see how hard you're breathing. Like you make it look like you're just floating on air. But I mean, that takes a lot of time, effort, and it's a physical strain on the body, isn't it?
Yes, for sure. It's a bit of acting, I won't lie.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it's all part of it, and I think that's also the magic. And as ballerinas, as artists and performers, we always have to think about our audience, and that is so central to how we perform. And we want to really showcase the magic of the art, and I hope that the audience feels that from us as well. Because it isn't easy, but yeah, it's really special when we can share that.
Oh, I bet.
What did you get your degree in?
I studied communications. So
she's coming after your job.
Was there?
Oh no!
I'm ready to retire.
No.
What was a favorite class or something that you really enjoyed? Because obviously that took you out of your reality of dancing.
Well, studying communications was really interesting because while I was abroad, I was with many different cultures and many different people who spoke different languages as well. And I think understanding not only how we communicate verbally through the words that we speak, but also through our movements and how we can express different ideas. It's all very, it's integrated in a way that you wouldn't expect.
Sure.
So it was fascinating.
Do you have an idea kind of what you want to do now?
Guess I want to keep performing. I do love it. I do really love it, but I don't know. I would love to keep on learning and keep growing. I think there's never enough.
That's
out there.
cool. Can I ask you, how do you audition to go into some of these? Would you call them companies? I'm not very well versed in this whole world.
that is
so you
exactly right.
audition to be part of a company.
Correct.
What is that audition process like? And how many people are you up against for how many slots?
Right. Well, there's a lot of ballerinas, as you know. Whenever you meet anyone, really, they're like, "Oh, I used to dance when I was a child."
Right.
And then as it gets more serious, people realize the sacrifices that you have to make, and then it's kind of people trickle off and do their own things.
Yeah.
But usually when you're about 15, 16, you go to a professional school. And they'll really prep you to go into a junior company.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the minor leagues of baseball. It's more or less the equivalent.
You mentioned you performed in Zurich.
I did.
So how does one audition if you're in San Francisco?
Right.
How do you know that there are openings and there are auditions? And are you auditioning in person, or now with the way the world is today, are they just watching videos, and are you auditioning via Zoom?
Right. So it kind of starts with your CV, which you build, of course, like any job. And you do kind of like actors do self-tapes. You film yourself doing class and bar and maybe some classical variations from repertoire that we would perform on stage, and send those into various companies. And then the companies will see that and kind of filter through who they want to see in person. And then you can take class with the company and you can feel out the vibes and see if it's a match. And then if they love you, then you're lucky enough to have a job there.
Now, how long is it, like a contract that you get then with these different companies?
Yes.
And how many years is that?
It really depends on the company.
They call it seasons, or?
Right. Well, some people do seasons and some people do year
See,
round.
I'm learning all sorts of stuff.
No, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Every company is different. Every country is different. Every ballet is different. I mean, I think we had Phoenix Ballet on. They were talking about one of their, was it the Nutcracker? I can't remember which performance, but how the choreographers and they will have different, I guess, their own flavor on the show.
Exactly.
So not every performance of the Nutcracker or Cinderella will be exactly the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone brings their own spice to the table.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah. But it's always about like staying true to who you want to be as an artist as well, and taking that advice from the top, of course, but also telling your own artistic story all the while.
Perfect.
So once you're with a company, then how long do you practice, and then you do performances? And how many performances would you have, say, in a year?
Again, it really depends, but I think, our days are not your normal 9 to 5.
Yeah. That's probably the best part about it, though, too, right? I mean,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet.
It isn't and isn't glamorous. You have your makeup and your hair and your costumes, and they are long days, but it's also, it is such a joy. Despite the hard work and the blisters and the blood and but yeah, I enjoyed it so much.
Good for you. Really cool.
Thank you.
What's next for you?
Well, I do graduate today. So,
oh wow!
Congratulations!
I didn't know that today was graduation.
Today's the day.
Well, where's do we have a cake or anything?
Oh no, that's okay. Thank you.
Will you be doing anything in person since everything was online, or is everything online?
Exactly. So I actually traveled because I'm living in New York at the moment, dancing there, and also taking some acting classes and things like that. And I have cousins who live here, and coincidentally, and today's the day. After this, I'll go and get my gown. And
look at you!
Congratulations!
Thank you.
That is
Thank
really
you
exciting.
The beginning of a new era.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
exciting.
Do you
It really
remember
is.
your graduation?
I do.
I didn't walk in mine.
You
college?
didn't? You
No.
didn't? Why?
I was just like, I'm done.
Right. Right.
But
yeah,
I mean,
I remember it. I remember what I wore. I remember,
Really?
yeah. I mean, a black dress, but I remember. I still actually have the dress. But and it still fits.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Right, that's the most important thing.
Oh,
But
I'm sure it was fabulous as well.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's a special like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't have a high school graduation because it was 2020.
Oh.
So we all know what happened
yeah.
And that was also interesting because I was overseas, and 2020 was just,
Weird.
we can agree that it was a weird time.
Well, we thank you so much.
Oh, thank
Congratulations
you.
to
It was
you.
so nice to meet you, and much continued success.
I appreciate
Next time you're back
that.
in Arizona, come back and say hi.
I
will
would
ya?
love to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was super fun.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, live look outside right now.
Downtown Phoenix.
Downtown Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go this way. You're good. You're good. We're going to take a quick break. Oh, we got 2 minutes. Just kidding.
Well, Lisa Vanderpump is our next guest, and we're just stretching and waiting until 11:15 when Lisa is able to come on. So she's going to come on at the top of the break, you guys. And so she's really exciting. She is a reality television star, an actress, a restaurant owner of our owner. She's opening a brand new restaurant here.
I think it opened last night. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So we're going to get to talk
It's
to her
very
about
exciting.
that.
I got a sneak peek of the area, like just where they were building it
nice.
over the summer when I was up in the pool area. But yeah, that was really cool. So
All right, so we're just kind of tap dancing. Can you actually? We should have brought her, kept her, and
sorry,
showed her
I
some
thought
moves.
our time was different as well, just like the break. So you want to talk about the lotto?
Well, hold on, because there was some breaking news that came out while I was in the newsroom.
Okay.
Someone here in Arizona did win some
Yeah.
money. So let me see if I can pull that
Okay.
up, because I saw that right as I was coming in here, and so I wanted to. Here we go. Arizona lottery winners from the Arizona Lottery. Hold on. Oh, wait, this just shows the winners.
Check your numbers. 7 Arizona lotto players strike big wins.
Okay.
Is that the one
Sure.
you're talking about?
Do it.
Okay.
How much did they win? Oh, that'll eat up some time. You want to see my socks? They're Christmas
We have 20
ones.
seconds.
Hold on. Wait,
Perfect.
where's my foot?
Oh.
Some Christmas trees on there. All right. Now we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Lisa Vanderpump next. All right, welcome back.
Some days things go really.
This is not one of those days.
This is why Tuesdays.
And who said that my socks are not Christmassy?
Let me see again.
They are.
Show them again. Show the people.
Hold on.
Don't.
Oh wait, that's not
Don't hurt
me.
yourself though, Nikki. We love them too. Well, that's as Christmassy as you can get.
There's
These are
Christmas
Christmas
trees on
tree.
them.
Oh, you know why? You can't see them?
Why?
Because they're kind of washing out with the green wall.
Oh.
Yeah. Those are Christmas trees, folks. I
Those
promise
are as
you.
Christmassy as I get. Okay?
Do you have your tree up yet?
No.
Do you want to talk about it?
No. I put up a fiddly fig with lights on it, and that's my Christmas tree.
Well, you know what the big trend now is?
What?
They call them like naked Christmas trees.
What is that?
Well, Google it.
Okay.
Okay. So
Naked?
this is what all the big stars are doing. I think it's called naked Christmas tree. We
should probably be careful what we're Googling at work on our work computers. It's a minimalist Christmas tree, not a naked Christmas tree.
No, but they call it the naked Christmas. See, look. New social media trend, naked Christmas trees, a hot trend on social media this year.
So they look like the Charlie Brown tree?
Yeah, they put up like a string of lights and that's it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're right.
Very
strange celebrity naked Christmas tree trend sparks.
I would not make you say naked for no reason. They're or they put nothing on it. Nothing at all.
Just a tree with no
well,
lights?
that to me doesn't. But here's the thing is, my husband likes things very neat and clean and he doesn't like a lot of clutter.
I don't either.
A lot of stuff.
No.
So, only a few pictures on the wall.
Sure.
I don't have knickknackies.
Okay.
And so when I decorate the tree, it has to be minimum.
Oh.
So I've been on this trend for a very long time.
So they're saying celebrities like Julianne Moore, Michelle Pfeiffer, Victoria Beckham, and Khloe Kardashian have embraced the naked Christmas tree look.
I think it's a good look. I
we
like
need
it.
to dig into this more. I know Danielle did a live shot at Whitfield Nursery, and they had one of those trees, and I forgot what she called it. It was called like a silver tip tree.
Yes, and I think that's very similar to this, where you can see
the branches in it
through it.
Yeah.
Almost. Look at Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
But she said that was kind of like what all the influencers were doing too. It was like having the naked Christmas tree.
I'm totally fine with that. I think you can do it very minimal, and then you can just and there's less cleanup.
You know what you should do? Take a picture of your tree.
Okay, and then we'll see if it is a naked Christmas
And I'll
tree.
show a picture of my Christmas tree.
What is it
my
called?
fiddly fig.
Fiddly fig. Fiddly fig.
Yep.
Okay.
So there we go.
Merry Christmas.
Is Lisa Vanderpump coming?
So close. She's joining now.
She's joining now. Okay, hold on. We're going to twiddle our thumbs a little bit longer. Which camera is that? Who put that sock cam in? What? Oh, look. There's another vantage point of my socks.
It's totally a tree,
It is a tree.
1,000%. We need better lighting in here.
We do.
I don't even see Lisa's camera.
It's coming up. She's joining now as we speak.
Lisa, we see you. How beautiful.
Hold on.
Yeah, I can see her perfectly. This is the
She's coming.
publicist.
She's coming.
I just
Hold on.
lost Lisa.
We're
Let me go
almost
find
there,
her.
you guys.
she just lost.
The time that we've all been waiting for.
I love Lisa Vanderpump. And when Dave sent out an email saying, would anyone like to interview Lisa?
We were both like, yes.
We were like, yes, right now,
Immediately.
please.
So we're very excited that she's going to be joining us
But
here
we
any
don't-
second.
we
We're
don't
still
know.
establishing her shot. So-
Take the zoo. It's pretty funny to look.
okay, hold on.
Okay.
So this is what's
Are
happening.
they going to get mad at us, though?
Yeah, I don't want to get. I don't want Lisa. I don't want to get on. I don't want to get on Lisa's
Lisa
bad
come at
side. Oh boy.
Sorry, Lisa. Dave made us do it.
Should we look outside again?
Yeah.
Oh.
The sun is shining. The sun is shining, y'all. I have sweatpants on under my dress.
Oh my god.
I'm laughing so hard. It's so hot.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Now people are saying I need shoes to match the socks. What is that
Well,
supposed
what
to
kind
mean?
of shoes are you supposed to wear with those?
Like those elf slippers?
Like stockings.
Okay.
Tuesdays
Now
are-
I think her shot's frozen.
I think Lisa just decided I am not going on. I
Okay, we're
am not
working
going
on
on
it.
with those two clowns. Do we have our other Zoom, Dave?
We can. If you want to.
I don't know what
All
to
right.
do right now. Dave says we can if we want to, but Dave.
Oh, no, Lisa's ready.
Oh,
Lisa's ready. All right,
Lisa.
here we go. Ready? Lisa, good morning.
Yay! Hi.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Hi.
Hold on, I can't hear her.
We have been waiting and anticipating and waiting and anticipating.
Oh, gosh. Well, we're ready for you. You know, we've been practicing for like 10 days, but we're ready for you now. So
Oh, my gosh. You're so beautiful.
Oh, God.
This is exciting because you are opening a new, you've opened a new bar restaurant, Wolf.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, we're opening it tomorrow.
Okay.
Tonight's the party, but we're ready. It looks spectacular. I shouldn't say that as I designed it, but it does. I have to be honest.
No, you know what, Lisa?
It's fantastic.
Toot
And the
your
view
own
of
horn.
the Camelback Mountain from this restaurant.
Wait, can we see the view?
You
Oh,
dream
look at
something,
that.
you're excited about it. The view's gorgeous, and it's kind of got lots of wonderful chandeliers, lots of greenery, lots of obviously faux fur because I'm an animal activist. And it's got a swimming pool right next to it, so the summer's going to be incredible here, and a wonderful rooftop terrace. So very excited, and I'm loving Scottsdale. Love it.
Is this your first trip? Have you been to Scottsdale before? Obviously, when you were scoping out the area, you came out, but this is all new to you?
Yeah, pretty much. It is. I've been here once before a few years ago, but I really think there's a great energy here. It seems like people are ready to party here as well.
Oh,
because
yes.
We've seen people a little slow to kind of. Yeah, they are.
Yes, absolutely.
Even if I go into the mall here for something, people are like, when are you opening? When are you opening? And I'm like, well, hold on a second. But look, we opened Wolf in Lake Tahoe. And it was in the top 25 Yelp reviews in the US, so that was very important to us. It just had great reviews from the food to the visuals. Look at this chandelier. This is made by Vanderpump Lane. It's isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah. That is pretty. And we can kind of get a glimpse of that view too, Lisa. How much fun is it for you to open a new restaurant? I know you're not new to doing this, but it must be kind of like giving birth in a way, you know?
Oh my God, I don't want to do that again. That ship is set. The factory's
Maybe that's not the right words to say.
Yeah, but you're saying, you know what, you do feel like that. You do feel when you create something, and you think of every single detail. Yes, there's a lot that goes into it. And as I say, it's the Vanderpump all the way through. Vanderpump Rosé here, Vanderpump menus. And it's a family business. Pandora creates the cocktail menus and the food menus. So working with the chefs is all very exciting.
Lisa, so you mentioned you have a Wolf at Lake Tahoe. We know you have some fantastic restaurants in the Los Angeles area. How do you pick your next location? And how do you decide where you're going to open one of these fabulous places?
Well, the last few years, I've only been working
I think we're losing
you, Lisa.
Entertainment.
Go stand by the window, Lisa.
My hotel, which is a huge honor. Can you hear me now?
We got your audio, but your video. There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, maybe if I just stay here.
First he wants you to give birth. Now he's telling you to go stand by windows.
I'm real bossy,
I know,
Lisa.
right? We're changing the Cromwell Hotel into the Vanderpump Hotel in Las Vegas, which is a huge honor.
Oh, wow.
So that's our next job. So as we finish off here, we'll be moving back to Vegas. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's exciting.
Lisa, I was going through old photos, and you and I have an acquaintance in common. Can you?
Okay, go on. Scare me.
Can you see your? Oops, hold on. Can you see your screen?
Yes.
Zoom it in
Hold
more.
on. Okay, look. That's
the little girl at
that's
the bottom.
me and the little girl at the bottom. Hold on. Hold on. Delta Airlines is emailing me. Do you recognize her?
I can't see it properly. Let me have.
Well,
I can't see it. I can
that's
just see a blur.
Oh, that's all right.
Goodness.
It's me and Katie when she was a little girl, Katie Maloney. We went to elementary all the way through high school together.
Really?
Yes. We grew
That
up in
is
Park City.
unbelievable. So did you apply to be on Vanderpump Rules?
I should have.
He should have.
I could be making a lot more money, Lisa.
You need bartenders.
Yeah, what do you
We
need?
can bartend.
Well, you know what? Right now, since the show, well, it's actually on tonight, Vanderpump Rules is trending on Peacock. I think it's number 1 on Peacock. Probably I don't need anything. You have to apply next year.
Oh, well,
Lisa.
can you at least put my resume at the top of the list, Lisa, now that I've kind of like greased the skids here a little bit?
What's your special talent?
Well, Lisa, how long do you have, sister?
He wears really fantastic socks and he can sing.
Fantastic socks won't cut it, so probably not.
You are tough. You are tough.
Anyway, I expect you guys to get your butts down to Wolf, come and have a cocktail with us and have a bloody good time, because it is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll be in the top 25 restaurants in the U.S. with this one as well.
That is exciting. All right, real quick. I know you got to get your running, but I wanted to talk. You mentioned that there is the new season of Vanderpump, all new cast. How much fun is this for you to kind of retool the show and get a whole new cast and just kind of bring that same fun energy?
Well, because they're young and they kind of have this different energy, I think. With the old Vanderpump Rules, we told that story. Now it's back to grassroots, back to the restaurant. And I think the behind the scenes of a restaurant is always hilarious, really. In fact, I remember John Hamm coming up to me in New York and he said, Lisa, he said, when I watch your show, because I used to work in a restaurant, I think that shit really does happen.
It does.
And they're in Hollywood. They're naughty, they're young, and they're beautiful. I mean, yeah, they have a good time.
How much
for
fun.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, have a fantastic time, and we will be heading out for cocktails soon. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I insist
Thank
you do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well,
and have some wolf bread with some goat's cheese balls with spicy hot honey and maybe a jiggy tonic. Yeah, I think you're going to like it.
You're speaking our language,
Come and
Lisa.
find me.
We're it takes us like 35 minutes to get down there.
Yeah, we're going to skip the noon show and just
on
come
our
hang
way.
out with you, Lisa.
Oh, listen, I mean, I'm here for it, so come on.
All right. We're a lot of fun, Lisa.
Thanks, guys.
It was nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
All right.
I love her.
She's fun, isn't she?
I love her.
I think we
She's
made
tough.
I think we made a new best friend.
She's tough though. She's like, no, you have to like start all over.
I thought for sure my socks
I thought the
and
socks
singing.
would make it. The location is beautiful. Like I mentioned,
Yeah.
I was out there on the rooftop pool. I think it was like a Labor Day, 4th of July, some type of segment, and the views are unmatched. I think Corey McCloskey is going to be live
He
with
is,
Lisa
with Lisa
tonight.
tonight.
Unfair. She should be here in person. So stay tuned to Fox 10 because they're going to have more fun. They're going to have a lot of fun.
All right, speaking of more fun, Ron and Des.
Yeah,
they
they're
are
on the way.
up next. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Thanks for hanging with us today, you guys,
Thanks
and all the
for dealing with
craziness.
that.
Well, you know, Des, life on a beach sounds pretty good to me, except when it's covered with snow.
Yeah, not so much the beach I was picturing. Send me somewhere tropical.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, look, somebody's out for their morning walk at least. That's Port Washington, Wisconsin. So you are looking at Lake Michigan.
Oh, when Dave was
there.
telling us where this was, I
Yes.
thought he said poor. Not port because it's snowing there.
Yeah, for sure.
Dave.
Oh, well, you know. Hey, so hi, everybody. And it's Ron and Des. I see these buttons here. I don't know what the heck these even mean here, but I'll pop up that one. That's me. And here comes you.
There I am.
Very nice.
Hey.
And here's this other shot right there. Okay, so Des, we have so much to get to. Let's just jump right in. You want to?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this story out of Globe, you and I were talking about earlier this morning. Crazy, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I don't think I would be handling grenades.
Right.
You know, as I'm out doing my yard work.
Uh-huh.
But that's what happened.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened. A guy shows up at police HQ in downtown Globe with what looked like grenades.
Mm-hmm.
And so they confirmed that they were military grade, and somehow they ended up in Globe, which was not like a main theater of battle in World War II.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
But,
It didn't come to the top of the list.
Isn't that like the big unanswered question? How did they
get
end up in
there?
this guy's yard?
Yeah.
Here's a little more about what they were actually saying.
Time you come across even suspected ordnance of any type, we caution people to treat them as if they're just as dangerous as the day they were manufactured. They might do some things to secure it and transport it in probably a thing called a bomb vessel, which is a strange looking kettle device, usually hauled on a trailer, so that if it does detonate, it's reinforced enough where it's not going to go anywhere except for up a chimney, and the explosive forces go out.
Definitely leave it where it's at. We leave it where it's at. Make a phone call. We can send people out, either PD or fire. They can take a look. If need be, they'll secure it and call in the experts again to deal with that. Nice to have the town back to normal operations.
Yeah, I would say so. Look at that response, would you, Des? I mean, honestly, and here are the grenades in question. Wow.
Yeah, those just look scary. I definitely would not handle that. And
Right.
as they reiterated, if you find something like this, you never want to touch it or handle it. And I would think, like they said, because they're older, they're actually more unreliable as to what they could potentially do.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That one expert said you have to always assume it's still possibly live ordnance, even if it goes back 60 or 80 or 100 years, for goodness sakes. By the way, Globe Police say the resident is not in any kind of trouble. He was fully cooperative. He found him. He took him to the police station. They had to block off the street in that downtown part of Globe, which, by the way, downtown Globe is like the perfect day trip. If you live here in the Valley, you want to go up there. It's like one of the most historic downtowns that we have anywhere in Arizona, and it's really cool. So, Des, we did have a situation today where lawmakers were briefed on the boat strikes, the videos that have been coming out. And the Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, and Pete Hegseth, the defense or the War Department, runs the War Department there, answered questions from both Democrat and Republican senators after playing, I think, more video and going behind closed doors for a real Q&A. Let's put our cards on the table.
Yeah, they were giving lawmakers those classified briefings and watching the video of those strikes multiple times. But now they've decided it's not something that they're going to release to the public, at least not in their unedited form.
Really interesting to see what they were having to say out in the hallway, after they exited. And this is both from the Republican and Democrat side. Here we go.
I had zero problem sitting in the bottom of the ocean, and I hope they rot in hell for it, because they know what they're doing when they get on that boat and they're trafficking the drugs to our streets. Do you think they care about our family? Heck no, they don't care. And so I don't care about them.
This briefing left me with more questions than answers, both as to the rationale for non-disclosure and as to the operation itself. And I found the Office of Legal Memorandum, the legal supposed justification, just completely lacking in legal support.
I found the legal explanations and the strategic explanations incoherent, but I think American people should see this video.
But here's my concern. You got 15% of the Navy pointed at this guy. If he's still standing when this is over, this is a fatal, major mistake to our standing in the world. If after all this, Maduro is still in power, that's the worst possible signal you could send to Russia, China, Iran. You cannot allow this man to be standing after this display of force, and I did not get a very good answer as to what happens next.
They have issues, obviously they have issues with what is in that video, and that's why they don't want everybody to see it. And that video, by the way, should be released publicly. They released all the video that they liked, and then they got to one specific video that they know creates some problems for them, and for that reason they don't want it released.
But in keeping with long-standing Department of War policy, Department of Defense policy, of course we're not going to release a top secret full unedited video of that to the general public. Hask and Sask and appropriate committees will see it, but not the general public.
Whew. Yeah, and here are some of the videos that people were talking about, and as you could hear, there was a gaggle there of, I don't know, a dozen, maybe 20 reporters, all of them with plenty of questions. And, you know, they all stood there and answered as many questions as they could. But this controversy is definitely not going away, Des, anytime soon.
No, it's not. And I'm so confused kind of by it. Like, why is it so difficult to answer if these strikes are covered legally or not? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's still weeks later, months later, there's no clear answer on that.
Right. And
so
one of those senators was saying, I don't
and he still didn't understand
the kind of the legalistic memo. But you know, we've been running our poll questions here on various angles regarding all of this, and who knows where it goes from here. But I had not even thought about it until Senator Lindsey Graham said, you know, this is a show of force, and if a month from now or 6 months from now Maduro's still in power, then is there an exit strategy or not? It's all right. Plenty to talk about, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about something much more fun. That's because, you know, Des, when we line up these Zoom interviews, Dave, our executive producer, he goes right to the top.
Yeah, absolutely. We call the New York Times. It's our number one phone call.
There you go.
We've got Alyssa Wilkinson with us this morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Alyssa, are you in a soundproof booth somewhere? I'm very impressed.
I sure
am.
I'm in the newsroom at the Times.
Oh, that's cool. Great. Super cool. All right, let's talk about some of the best movies of 2025. I've got a couple of clips here. We're going to roll into it, and you give us these are probably two of the most talked about. One is called One Battle After Another. The other one, we're going to roll this one first, is the movie called Sinners. And is it getting a lot of talk. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we love this movie. I think this movie came out in April, and it seems like every single person I've talked to all year long has seen this movie, which is kind of wild because it is technically a horror movie, you know? I mean, I don't think I'm spoiling anything to say there's vampires. You know, but it's an exciting movie. It's a funny movie. It's got great music. It's got incredible performances. Everybody loves Michael B. Jordan. And it's from Ryan Coogler, who people, you know, remember him probably best from directing Black Panther, but he's made a lot of other movies too. And, you know, the movie came out, as I said, in April, and it's been streaming on people's televisions for a very long time. But I went to a screening of it about a month ago, just a regular public screening, and it was completely sold out here in New York. So people are still going to see the movie.
Oh, yeah. And like you mentioned, right, I mean, all the girlies love Michael B. Jordan. Let's just admit it.
And there's two of them.
And there's two of them. Exactly. Makes it even better. And musicality, right, the songs, it was just incredible. What else about it for that movie made you put it on the list?
Yeah, you know, I think that sometimes it's hard to combine genres with like a lot of ideas, but not come at it really heavy-handed. So everyone I've talked to about this movie seems to have a slightly different interpretation about what it's about, which I think is really great. You know, you don't want to be hit over the head with a movie about like, oh, here's the message. You want to actually be thinking about it. You want to walk out the door and think, what is this? And talk about it with your friends. And
does the same apply to this next video, One Battle After Another? Boy, is it getting some buzz.
Yeah, very much, So this movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, a host of amazing actors, great Sean Penn performance. Directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. And this movie really, is about sort of how every generation has to kind of pass their ideals on to the next generation and trust them to fight their own battles. So it's got action, it's got comedy, it's got drama. It's really about a father and his daughter. He's trying to care for her in a world that's very chaotic and confusing. And I think one of the reasons it's popular, again, is that you kind of watch it and you think about it and you find yourself thinking about it more and more. And you can go back and rewatch it and find new things in it every time. And of course, everybody loves Leonardo DiCaprio performance.
Excellent.
And you know what? And I wouldn't necessarily think like Tiana Taylor and Leonardo DiCaprio make like a good combination, but does it work in this film?
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, they have great, weird chemistry. As you say, you wouldn't expect it. But, and then he, the movie kind of jumps forward 15 years and he goes from being a young guy to a dad. And that works beautifully as well. And the young woman who plays his daughter, Chase Infinity, she's a newcomer and she's phenomenal. So it's really, it's a blast of a movie.
And then a very different movie making the list, Zootopia.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we just wanted to talk about Zootopia.
So much
Alyssa,
buzz.
Have you seen this?
So I don't have children, so usually kids' movies don't come up for me. They come up for some of my colleagues, but all my colleagues are huge Zootopia fans.
Oh my gosh. Okay, kids or no kids, you have to watch Zootopia 1 and 2. They're so fun. Yes. But I took the kids. I've got 4 little ones, and we went to go see it. They loved the first one. The second one, oh my gosh, it's even better with the introduction of the new characters. Like the snake is very different. And then this undercover mission that they go on to kind of discover how the town was created. But then in it, there's so many different like underlying great messages, right? Of like sharing and communicating with your loved ones about how you feel, respecting each other. It was a good one.
Excellent. I'm always really happy when there's great children's entertainment. I feel like when I was a kid, there was like a good kids movie out every weekend. And these days it's harder and harder to see those in the theater. And parents love having good movies to bring their kids to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we can't take them to watch Sinners, so.
No, you should
At least we got Zootopia. All right, love it. And appreciate your time, Alyssa.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Bye. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's Ron and Des in this last half hour of FTT Fox 10 Talks. And Des, we have got some guests today.
Yes, we do.
Who are perhaps the most festive in all the newsroom.
Always.
Yeah.
For
Joe
sure.
and BK.
Bringing the holiday cheer.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Bring your microphone. Give me a test right there, BK.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Can't hear you. How about you, Joe?
Joe.
Joe, I got.
All right, well, we're the Drone Zone. We're on here.
Yes, right.
Yes.
We're the Drone Zone guys.
Oh, now
we
got
hear you.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. All right, so before we get to that, you guys, there's a trend that Des and I were talking about earlier today on the show that I wonder if this, what do you think, Des? And guys, you can log in here too. Is this going to is this trend going to last for a while? They're calling them naked Christmas tree. You just go get a tree and put it up. You don't put
Don't even
lights on
decorate it?
And that's it?
You don't
You put lights on it.
decoration.
You
No,
put
you
lights
put lights
on
on
it.
it.
You can put
Yes,
lights on.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the point?
That's it. It's just kind of naked.
Well, that's
with
pretty
the
easy
lights.
then.
Like,
I mean,
That's like
I said I wish I had known about this dang trend before I decorated my
Right.
tree. It would have saved me a lot of
would
time.
have saved me half a day, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of like just decorating your trees outside, though, right? I mean, just it's inside.
Yeah.
Minimalist.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I like the lights, the ornaments, this. I have the Death Star on top of my tree.
Of course.
So.
Well, if people saw your editing booth, I think that is right on brand with you.
Pretty
Not
much.
like-
Yeah. I like a festive.
like your-
I like a festive tree.
Yeah. Okay.
Between the two of you guys, who decorates the most? Who's over decorated on Christmas trees?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm
On a 1 to 10, BK, what do you?
probably Joe. I
I'd
don't know.
probably.
You have a little bit more weird ornaments, I'd say.
Yes.
I've seen your Christmas tree.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, a lot of Star Wars, a lot of movie
Okay.
kind of ornaments.
Yeah.
Do you know the count of ornaments on your tree?
A lot.
A lot.
A
Like
lot.
more than 100?
No, but it's
Okay,
it's
tell
close.
me about that.
It's close. I just got actually yesterday. I got a pretty cool Quentin Tarantino ornament.
Nothing says
with all
Christmas
his
like
with all his
Quentin
with all his
Tarantino.
movies, stuff like that. So yeah,
So cool.
it looked pretty cool.
We got to do a feature
that's awesome.
on these two Christmas
Yeah, they're
trees.
great.
Right.
How many you got? More than 100? Your wife does it, right?
I don't. I have no count. I don't count.
Like, I love my wife.
I look at it.
She does the tree.
Great.
All right,
Okay.
so we were so excited when we knew that you guys were putting this whole holiday drone zone together.
Yes.
How much? You must have put a lot of time into this one, huh?
We put a lot of time. A couple nights we shot our drone zones. We have the Holiday Lights special that's airing on the Fox Local app right now and fox10phoenix.com, where we talk about Christmas in Arizona, talk
Oh.
about a couple of the Holiday Lights displays that we did, like the Zoo Lights and Vertuccio Farms. And then on the 4 p.m. on Thursdays, all month of December, we've been doing Holiday Lights.
That's really amazing because for some folks that maybe are not mobile to get around
Right.
to all of these gems,
Right.
you're bringing it.
Like
to
we
us.
went to Lake Havasu,
Mhm.
so that's like 3 hours from downtown Phoenix for the
Yeah.
London Bridge, and that looked spectacular
Mm-hmm.
at night. In the Christmas season, it's all lit up. It was an amazing experience.
Well, let's talk about
Yeah, let's
that one
look at
right
it.
I mean, look at
there.
that.
Look at that.
I can't believe this is in Arizona.
Right.
I know. It looks like a totally
doesn't look
different
like
place.
And the whole Christmas village they have all lit up. And then the Saturday we were there after they do a whole boat parade with lights and stuff like that underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
And
Can
it
you
just,
imagine?
It's just spectacular. I mean, look at that. And it's in the middle of the
Tempe does a boat
desert.
parade, so is it something similar? If
It's
folks
something,
have
yeah,
experienced that?
right.
Oh, okay.
It's, you don't have to drive 3 hours. Tempe's right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, but this is amazing. I mean,
But if you want to switch it up one year, and
Yeah.
the village looks so cute. So what do you do? Just walk around and enjoy like
you
festive
walk around and they have all sorts of like, if you want to do cocoa, they have Santa, they have reindeer, they have stuff for the kids. So it's all amazing. I mean, just look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and we're all big fans of the Tempe Town Lake, and they got a couple of bridges.
Right.
We'll go
They do.
over it, but
Right.
there's
They do.
nothing like this bridge anywhere in the USA.
No.
Nope.
Nope. Hand pieced and put in the desert, one by one, the London
Right.
Bridge.
Yeah. And just the fact that they do that light show over the course, I guess, did they do this special for you? Is this an every night thing?
No. We saw this last year.
Yeah.
And I came across all our feeds. I'm like, BK, we got to go. We got to go to Lake Havasu this year to put the London Bridge on, and it's spectacular.
Yeah. It was
Why
totally
is it
worth
called the London Bridge?
It's from London.
From London. It was brought here.
It was brought here actually piece by piece from London and recreated in Lake Havasu City.
Wow.
So I guess the way that story goes is old man McCullough was flying. He was from California, but he was in a plane. He was flying over portions of Arizona looking for a place to build a master planned community, and he settled on this place on the Colorado River, which now, by the way, is one of the top 15 beaches in America. You guys saw that last week, right?
Fun fact right there.
I don't know if he knew he was going to create that, but obviously tens of thousands of people call it home. But just the creativity, he had read a newspaper article that the London Bridge was for sale.
And
so
boom.
he said, we'll buy it. We'll ship it to Arizona.
Wow.
Incredible, right?
And then who thinks that we have beaches in Arizona?
Correct.
Yeah, it was like Lake Havasu City's got beaches. So it's like if you want a beach in the desert, Lake Havasu City is the way to
Hey, that could be a future drone zone. Arizona beaches.
Ooh,
that's good. Yeah.
What were you going to say, BK?
Oh, he also built the fountain at Fountain Hills.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Right?
same.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you got the London
Bring
Bridge, you got
us
the
two
fountain.
gems.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
wow, that's a legacy.
Too iconic, yeah.
This guy needs a statue somewhere in Arizona. All right, let's go to the temple out in Mesa. Let me see. This is going to be, I think, 6.
There it is.
Now, in this case, they actually did get up one morning and turn the lights on for you,
We
right?
did, yeah. We were up there. We were there bright and early. The lights were on. It's just such a peaceful place to walk around, look at the lights. A lot of people, this is their tradition, right? To go here every year.
Sure.
To walk amongst these lights.
You remember how many lights they use for this?
They said they don't count the lights.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, they probably lose count. There's too many
I
of
guess,
them.
yeah.
I thought I heard a number of 500,000, but that was
All right.
years ago.
Okay.
I've not seen
mean,
a number in probably 10 years, so
That'd
it's
be
probably
easily
more than that.
believable.
I guess.
It's like
That's what I
every
was told.
inch.
Yeah, I just
love the drone. Like, what a cool perspective. Like,
no
we don't
kidding.
even get to see that if you're there just, walking around.
Sure. Well, and then I always wonder about people who are maybe in from out of town and you're driving down Main Street in Mesa, which is fine. They got plenty going on. All of a sudden, you turn a corner and you're seeing this.
Right.
I mean, it's eye-popping, that's for sure. And it's totally free. It's all volunteer. People get out there every year and hang all those lights. And, they've got the nativity scenes. It's obviously at the LDS temple, so it's going to have a kind of a religious overtone. But whether you subscribe to any religion or no religion, the Christmas lights or the holiday lights that are there, they just twinkle, they sparkle, and I think this really says Christmas in Mesa.
Yeah, everyone is welcome.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see. What else did
Last
you
but
guys
not
bring
least,
along here?
One of my favorites.
There you go.
What's this one?
Okay.
Can you guess?
Zoo lights.
Zoo lights.
No, zoo lights.
I love it.
Yeah, zoo lights. They're going on 35 years. They've been doing this, and they start putting these lights up in June.
It's like year round, essentially. Yeah.
And then they take it down in middle of January. Mm-hmm. And they're already starting to plan for next year.
Yeah. Well, we cover them a lot on the morning show, too. And I've been out for live shots. And I found it fascinating, that the zoo staff, they make those armatures.
Yeah.
They are welders and creators. That's fascinating. You would think that they come in from, other companies, but no, they make them.
I mean, June in Phoenix is not very Christmas-like.
No.
So it's like you're putting up these lights in 120-degree weather. You're like, oh, I hope Christmas. Well, I mean, now it's 80 degrees here today. Yeah. So, I mean, but
right, Hoon. Yeah.
Christmas in June.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You've always heard the old phrase, Christmas in July. Just don't crack any jokes about that when they're out there in July hanging the lights.
Oh, I'm sure
at the zoo.
They're cracking all the jokes about it being so hot and putting those lights up.
Yeah.
You got the tree. You got these lanterns. Those are new-ish.
I was going to say those are relatively new.
Relatively
right?
new, and the huge tree in the middle of the reflection pond there. Just a great spot to go. And where else can you see maybe a lion while you're looking at lights?
And I was going to say that's the cool element to it, right? Some of the animals, if you catch them. But I like the variety too, even for of the sculptures or the lights that they have. Some are for the children. I think last year we saw a dinosaur, and my son loved it. But then there's a good variety of different things to see for.
It's good for kids and adults. Yeah, right,
yeah.
100%.
Well, who came up with that edit that looked like Tinkerbell right there? Did you guys, was that you?
Yeah, that's what we do. We put a little magic in the in the lights.
Drone zone magic.
Come on,
Sure. Do you ever get into a situation though where when it's so huge that you say to yourself, "Look, how are we going to actually attack this so that we make sure we get the right kind of video?" And it is so just sort of widespread. I forget the total amount of acreage at the zoo, but there's a lot to work with.
Right. And when we night drone, because of the drone rules, we always have to do a dayside check to make sure what we're droning, to make sure if there's any wires or any. So we pretty much have a basic idea when we do that during the day, and then we can sort of get the shots we wanted at night. We're like, oh, we like this, but the zoo's huge. It's massive, so it's one thing. You walk around, you see the lights, you have some cocoa, you can hang with the animals. So it's like, you know, right?
Yeah, I think we went there during the day to see what the layout of the land was. We kind of picked 3 or 4 different segments. We're like, okay, we're going to launch the drone from this segment, get a little bit here, move to this other spot. So kind of.
Yeah, because you guys are
segments,
following
right?
FAA guidelines too, so it's not just as simple as like, oh, let me just throw my drone up in the air.
Right.
And there's a question in the chat from Brandy the Bookworm. She wants to know, like, how did you guys get into drone work, and how long did it take to become professionals? Well, you're both professional photographers, so that helps.
Well, depends who you ask.
But anyway, tell us how it all works and how you guys both you had to get certified.
You had to get certified.
Kind of training you have to go through.
A drone license. We had to get night certified to do the night drone stuff. Both of us got our license in 2018. They came to us and they said, "Hey, we got this drone program going on. Would you like to be a part of it?" And we both said, "Sure."
We're like, "Yeah, we've never touched a drone before that at all."
And they sent us away.
They sent us away.
To drone school.
And now we're here.
All right, so
that's amazing.
I get that question all the time.
Let's tell our audience, which is Joe related to Pat Tillman?
Correct. And I get that question all the and the answer is no.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I get that all the time.
Yeah.
It's the last name.
It would be cool, that's for sure.
Yep, 100%.
Well, it's quite flattering.
Yeah,
because he was a great individual.
We got about a minute left. Go ahead and tell us one more time, guys, where people can watch all these videos that we're wrapping up here in about a minute, and they want to hang out on YouTube or on Fox Local. What do they do?
Well, go to Fox Local or go to fox10phoenix.com. Check out the 2nd annual Drone Zone Holiday Lights Spectacular. Joe and I will talk about Christmas in Phoenix, show a couple of our favorite spots where we drone the holiday lights, and, other Christmas-related
Oh, you know what we talked about? Let's ask you guys, what are your favorite Christmas songs?
A single song?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Christmas
it's
song.
definitely Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. But my favorite Christmas album is from the Jackson 5.
Really?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we played some of that on the TV show this morning.
I love the Jackson 5.
I'm still all about Bing Crosby, you guys.
All right.
I know when he gets down there about 4 octaves lower than the rest of us.
You can't go wrong with that.
Christmas.
BK, what was yours?
One of mine was Andy Williams, Happy Holidays.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that
Joe?
one.
And mine was Band-Aid, Do They Know It's Christmas?
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really good stuff, guys. We love the Drone Zone around here.
Thank you guys.
Drone Zone.
Okay, have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.